Historic update. Global banks. Now, accepting Iraqi Dinar, IQD. A turning point in the revaluation journey. Welcome back to my channel, Iraqi Dinar RV. In a development that could redefine the landscape for Iraqi dinar holders around the world, credible reports have now confirmed that mainstream banks across multiple countries are officially accepting the IQD for direct currency exchange. This is not a rumor. It's happening, right now, in 2025. After years of speculation, delays, and reliance on third-party dealers or currency brokers, individuals can now walk into select bank branches in places like the United States, United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, and several European nations, and initiate IQD exchanges directly with banking institutions. This marks a dramatic shift from previous years, where most banks refused to touch the Iraqi currency altogether. What once was thought to be a speculative investment now appears to be entering a legitimate and recognized phase. For those who've held on to the dinar with patience and long-term vision, this could be the very moment they've waited for. A milestone in currency reinstatement. Until recently, the IQD has been largely locked out of global financial systems, treated by most banks as an illiquid or non-convertible currency. But that narrative is changing quickly. Early reports from customers and insiders suggest that foreign exchange departments are not only recognizing the dinar, but are actively processing it. Some customers are walking into banks, handing over their physical IQD notes, and receiving verifiable deposit receipts. In certain cases, the exchanged funds are landing in their accounts within 24 to 72 hours. That is a huge departure from the days of "sorry, we don't deal in that currency." Furthermore, some institutions are establishing dedicated foreign currency desks, training staff on IQD transactions, and even scheduling appointments for customers with larger holdings. Why now? A closer look at the global picture. This change doesn't exist in isolation. It reflects a broader set of international developments. Iraq's economic revival, the Iraqi government, and the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, have taken major steps to stabilize the economy, build up foreign currency reserves, and implement fiscal reforms. International compliance upgrades. Iraq's financial system has been gradually aligning with global regulatory standards, including Basel III frameworks, SWIFT modernization, and ISO 2022 protocols. Strategic geopolitical positioning. Iraq is regaining prominence in the Middle East with increased oil production, global partnerships, and a more stable security situation. Investors and institutions are taking notice. This isn't just about a currency revaluation. It's a reflection of Iraq stepping back into the global economic spotlight. Real people, real exchanges. We've received multiple testimonies from dinar holders across the globe confirming successful exchanges. A Texas resident reported presenting 500,000 IQD at a local credit union, where the bills were verified and a deposit receipt issued on the spot. In Dubai, a private exchange desk reportedly offered over $1 per IQD, depending on the volume. These aren't isolated events. The momentum is spreading. Branch managers are no longer dismissing IQD inquiries. They are now facilitating transactions and giving clear timelines for verification and processing. Some customers are even reporting that banks are quietly offering rates between $0.50 and $1.30 per IQD, significantly higher than the long-standing exchange rate of roughly 1,450 IQD to $1 USD. What should you do next? If you're holding IQD, it's time to take action. 1. Call your SEC. Don't rely on online speculation. Speak directly with a representative and ask whether they are accepting Iraqi dinar. If they seem unsure, ask to speak with someone in the foreign currency department. 2. Inquire about requirements. Some banks may ask for identification, proof of purchase, or receipts. Others may require appointments, especially for larger volumes. 3. Document everything. From the moment you engage with your bank, keep records of rates, receipts, and communication. This will be critical for both personal records and potential tax reporting. Taxes. Plan ahead and be smart. Here's a crucial reminder. Currency exchanges that yield profit may be considered taxable events. In the United States, the IRS treats any gain from foreign currency exchanges as capital gains or income, depending on the nature of the transaction. That means if you bought IQD at a low price and are now exchanging it for a higher USD value, you will likely owe taxes on the difference. Don't wait until after the exchange to consult a professional. Talk to a CPA or tax advisor now to understand what paperwork is needed, how to minimize your liability, and whether you qualify for long-term capital gains tax rates. Holding versus exchanging. Strategic options. Not everyone may be ready to exchange all of their IQD at once, and that's okay. A growing number of banks are offering multi-currency accounts, which allow you to securely deposit and hold your IQD in an account, rather than exchanging it immediately. This gives you control over the timing of future exchanges, allowing for potential appreciation of the currency while also planning your tax exposure more effectively. In fact, some financial analysts suggest that Iraq may eventually move toward a gold-backed or asset-pegged monetary system, which could further boost the value of the dinar. Broader currency movements. Don't overlook the Vietnamese dong, VND. While IQD is taking center stage, don't forget the Vietnamese dong, VND. Similar signs are emerging for this currency, with banks quietly testing VND acceptance as well. Some international financial analysts are exploring the concept of currency basket realignments, where multiple undervalued currencies, including the VND and IQD, adjust together. As Asia's central banks accumulate gold and shift trade alliances, this could bolster currencies like the VND and IQD, especially if backed by tangible reserves. What's next? Expect a surge in activity. Over the coming days, expect more confirmations to surface as early adopters successfully exchange their dinar and share their experiences. This wave of public verification could encourage more banks to open their doors and may prompt broader announcements from financial institutions. If you've been waiting for a clear signal to act, this is it. Final thoughts. Seize the moment. Strategize for the future. This is not the time to hesitate. For years, IQD holders have waited for a moment like this. Now that doors are opening, it's time to take deliberate, informed steps. Contact your bank. Organize your records. Consult financial professionals. But above all, stay sharp. You've positioned yourself ahead of the curve. The revaluation process is no longer theory. It's happening. What you do in the next few days could shape your financial future. Make it count. Disclaimer: this article is intended for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. The foreign exchange market is inherently risky and prone to misinformation. Consult with qualified professionals before making any investment decision. Iraqi Dinar RV is not liable for any losses or damages resulting from the use or reliance on this content.